We are live.
Aw.
Now we are live.
Woo.
All right.
I have a thing going here. I can never get my headphones working properly before we actually push the live button. But you
I
know,
love
that's
how excited Stephanie already is.
Oh my god, I can't see the thingy. I can't see the chat. Maybe I should. Because I want to switch tabs. It's fine. I'll keep it
There
on
she
mine.
is. Look at Steffi, all excited.
Let's get this party started.
I just want to see. All right, good. So YouTube is up and running.
Whoop.
We're good. We're all working. Anywho, hello.
Stephanie. Why aren't these connecting?
To our one and only person.
That's okay.
Oh, actually, we have no one.
It's okay. We can
It's
just
all right. It's fine. I'm not ready for life anyway.
mood.
Oh no, we got one. Let's talk to our one. It's probably Steffi coming back. Whoa. Hi, Steph.
Hey, party.
I can't
Hey.
Have you finished the coffee war?
I did finish.
I love that you're hot and I have no heat.
I'm sitting next to a heater. I have a blanket on me. I'm in sweatpants and a long sleeve. It's like a crop sweatshirt, but it's not really cropped on me since I am small.
I put actual pants on for you guys.
Oh my gosh. And we can't even see your legs.
Nope. I just put on pants. It makes me feel like I'm a person. Yeah. Anyway, so I don't have any discussion questions specifically for this book, but
yeah, I mean, we won't have it for all. I feel like not all authors add in those book club discussions at the end. I think that's just certain books. That's fine.
Yeah. It's really handy when they do it, though. That's for sure. Ding dang.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So where do we want to start with this one? While I'm gathering my own brain cells that have been frozen out of my head.
I can start anywhere.
Yeah. So first, I do want to say that this is a reread for me. I read this last year, and I really loved it. It really hooked me, and I loved Ren right from the beginning. And reading it a second time, I'm like, didn't think I could love it anymore, but I did. Yeah, I really did. And so this time I got to tab things because when I read it last year, I just got the book from the library. So now that I have my own, I was able to tab things that I wanted to maybe go back to and read about again or do some Google research. So that was fun. I don't really annotate a lot of my books, but I did for this one.
It's definitely a good book for annotating because there's a lot of, I went back and read some blog posts that went through the history of it.
Yeah.
I'm just going around in circles, quite literally. And you know that, I guess I just realized how much I don't know about specifically like Chinese history.
Same.
Like I know buzzwords because we were vaguely learning about things in middle school, but I don't know what they really are.
Right.
That's what I was thinking about too. Like I had absolutely no clue about because it's based on the Sino-Japanese War. I had no idea. All I knew was what I learned in middle school, and that's like silk, Great Wall. Bless you.
Well, I do know that Britain made a lot of money off of basically getting China high, and
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so there was a lot of the whole thing on opium is about the Opium Wars, and I think basically we sold we probably know I think mostly the British sold opium to the Chinese in exchange for whatever other trade goods they had.
Right.
So,
I mean, opium was a hot commodity.
Yeah, and they were sort of single-handedly responsible for keeping them high,
right.
Which is ridiculous. Sorry, I'm getting random text messages from my brother.
They don't teach you that in Catholic school.
What about opium wars?
I'm sure plenty of public schools didn't learn about it.
I
went to private school, and I only know that happened. So I don't know anything more than it exists.
We didn't even get that it happened. Every history class I ever had was Renaissance, Europe.
Well, I think one of the things I like the most about this book is that it's a fantasy book written not in a like Renaissance-y European background. Like almost all fantasies are the majority of them have that kind of tone to them. So, especially from the big authors. So it's nice to have a different setting for a story.
And
the story is very good.
Can we also like just shout out like R.F. Kuang being like she just graduated from Oxford, and I don't know how old she is, but she's like
she started it at 19 and she published it at like 21 or 22. Like
that's amazing to me. The fact that
I
like
didn't say what I was doing at 19 and 22 on the internet, but it wasn't writing a book and being a skilled author.
That was part of the thing that was kind of like tripping me out when I read it the first time. I was like, this can't, she's lying. This can't be her first novel. It's too good from start to finish. It just can't be. That kind of blew my mind.
I mean, to me, it definitely wasn't perfect. There were definitely parts that kind of like, and I think we talked about it in the actual discussion group. There were some people that said there's little bits where it would sort of lag between each part. So it's perfect, but it's amazing.
Yeah.
How, for a first novel, for the first of a series in dealing with such complex things.
Right.
So like, I'm not mad at it in any way.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And apparently the books just get better and better. So.
Well, we're going to find out.
We sure are.
I'm excited.
My copy of Dragon Republic doesn't show until the beginning of January. So, but I get it. I think my Hoopla has the audio, so I can listen to it before it comes. So we can start January 1st if you want.
I mean, we definitely.
I need to see if my Libby or my Hoop. I don't think my Libby has it. I have to see if my Hoopla has it.
I don't know how Hoopla really works in general, but I know my Hoopla has it.
My Hoopla has it too. Well, I guess that just means my library has it.
Yeah. But my library
because when I look on my library under Libby, it doesn't have it. So that's not how that works.
I don't understand where they get their catalog from.
Yeah.
Or if it's just the same catalog.
I think. I mean, I'm checking my Hoopla right now.
You ready?
She has her Libby hold ready to go.
I have my Libby hold ready to go.
My Libby doesn't.
Okay, why is your Libby not scamming you like my Libby is scamming me?
I don't care. I mean, I'll use this is like the worst seat to sit in, but blankets. So I'll tilt you this way so you don't get direct sunlight. But
yeah, see,
my Libby like.
Oh, okay, mine has it.
See, I don't get it. I don't get it. So if Libby, are you out there listening to us? Because you like us?
Libby,
explain to us how it works, because I don't understand how I can find it on Hoopla using one of my library cards, and then that same library card, along with 3 others, is attached to Libby, but they don't have it.
Yeah, you have like 97 library cards too, so like you can't find it.
Right, it's rare to find something on Libby. Very, very rare.
So my Hoopla has it, so I'm just gonna borrow it now.
Yeah.
No, my Libby. Neither of my Libby cards has it. So I don't get where Hoopla pulls from. I just assume we all have Hoopla, and they just want you to have we all have the same Hoopla. You just have to have a library card.
Right.
Maybe it's like a scam to get away from like not letting us. If you have a Kindle, you can't download it on your Kindle. So maybe they're just trying to be mean to Amazon or something, keeping it only on their Hooplas.
But like, you can't see that. Why am I showing this to you? They have the ebook and the audiobook of Dragon Republic. So like, I could do all the things.
Yeah. Same.
All right. Well, I borrowed it from Hoopla, so I'm good to go. Hopefully, we won't be completely screwed on the last book, The Burning God.
They're separate digital libraries, says our lovely friend Amanda.
Oh,
okay. Hoopla a different library? That's the question. All of our Libbies are different, but all of our Hoopla is different. Or do we all have the same Hoopla?
we might all have the same hoopla, but the Libbies are exclusively to our libraries.
None of this has anything to do with our book chat. I love our tangents. This is a productive tangent.
That's on a regular basis, guys. Sorry. All right.
We'll talk about the book, we promise.
At least we're not fighting about food.
Well, give it time. It's only 10 minutes into the show.
Yeah. We'll find food to fight about.
Give us a minute.
Give it time.
Was there food in the book? They had like the mush, the gooey stuff in the cafeteria.
Oh, but you know what? So, okay, speaking of arguments, do you remember in our private chat for the book when we were talking about huh?
Steph says they're all different.
Oh, there was a difference.
I think you're wrong, Stephanie.
If that were the case, I could find a living. I can't.
I just want to know. Somebody answer us. Hoopla or Libby?
Yeah, we need to hear it from the horses.
Someone get the execs from Hoopla and Libby into our chat.
Can we call them? Do they have questions?
Get them
Do they
to
have a contact us, please?
Different collaborators.
Okay. I know.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
this is going to be a TBR Lowdown research project. We're going to contact Libby and Hoopla and just ask them, how does your system work? Because we are all confused.
I mean, Emma had homework last fall, so.
Oh, that's right. No, so I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that part where we had a little like a back and forth in the private chat when we were talking about when Ren decided to basically have her uterus removed.
You mean my favorite and then worst favorite part, least favorite part? Like simultaneously?
Yes.
Like I turn the page and get really angry.
I was not angry. I was like, that's a badass move right there.
I guess there's two ways to look at it. Like, if I look at it through the prism of like, she's a real badass, look at her just being like, this is going to get in my way. I'm taking charge of my life, yada, yada, yada. Okay, fine, great. But there's also like, why don't we ever talk about, why can't you ever be like a menstruating badass female in a fantasy book?
Because it gets in the way.
I understand that. I have a uterus. I want to see a badass lady also have like period cramps and still like, I don't know, rip a guy's throat out. Like,
okay, so you read more fantasy than I do. You read way more fantasy than I do. So is this a common thing that happens?
I don't think they really. Somebody was trying to tell me that there is somewhere where they deal with it, but like I can't remember where. But I haven't seen it yet. And the place that I really noticed it a lot, where they like sexualized us, like sterilized the woman, was in To Sleep in a Sea of Stars. Because all she talks about is how she like the suit better not make her have her period, and she might not have her implants, and it's just. Right. I get both sides of it. I just would really like a woman that's a woman, like a full, like bleeding woman.
Yeah.
It's like a weird category, like dealing with all of that crap.
Yeah.
Not to be like offensive or weird or like make somebody not a woman, but like just deal with that specific womanly thing.
Right.
Yeah.
We can do that.
And
that's the question. But could she couldn't afford to not have one day where she could not get that training.
She might not have been.
Exactly.
It's got to be a character that can be a badass and have period cramps. Because we do it. Like you're a badass, Naomi, and you have period cramps.
Yes.
Maybe you're not the captain, but I think you could be if you wanted to.
I mean, maybe.
I feel like somewhere in Sarah J. Maas's books they come up, but it's not as frequent. And I think a lot of the reasons writers will do that is so they don't have to talk about it consistently. It kind of makes me think of when characters have to go to the bathroom. Like I go to the bathroom, people go to the bathroom like probably 5 times a day, depending. They kind of just gloss over it and they don't talk about it, which like could be annoying. But like I feel like also just like yanking the uterus is kind of a loophole.
Yeah.
So they don't have to keep writing about it.
Like I don't think we need to wax on about periods, but like
You don't. You don't.
You can make a nod to the fact that like, you know, you can have a moment where your female character, maybe not in this book because it, you know, it doesn't work, but in another one where they get to go through this and you get to see it, you know?
I wish we could ask Arvquan this question, because when I read that part, the way I perceived it was she's trying to get us to understand how serious and how dire the situation is for Ren. It's so serious that she has to make a decision to remove her uterus. Like, that's how dire her situation is, and she had to go to that length. That's how
I do hope that it doesn't come back to bite her, because as I was saying in our group chat, in The Witcher, Yennefer, it has to do that to escape her horrible life and to, you know, come into all of her powers and do all those things. And then she basically there's a whole storyline that's just her attempting to find a way.
Her wanting the baby.
Oh, to get it back?
To get it back.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
because, or to like, have a baby in some way.
Oh.
Like,
okay.
See, for me, when I watched that show, because I also thought of Yennefer, I was like mad that she kind of went back and said she wanted a baby. Because part of me is also like my brain. I personally don't think I want kids. And my mom, this happened the other day. My mom made a comment because I'm having the surgery in like a month. She's like, well, I don't want them to like remove your ovary. And I'm like, they can take it. I don't care. And she's like, you might want it later. And I'm like, I don't want to be pregnant.
When you're incredibly young,
and I'm like, I'll pick one.
You're not incredibly young. You're young, but you're not incredibly young. I think Ren is incredibly young. Like, that's a big decision to make at a young age.
Right.
And I think Yennefer makes a similarly young person or a naive person decision, and you get why.
Yeah.
And I would hate to watch her struggle with this decision later. Like, it would hurt me to watch her struggle with it.
I hope that doesn't become
like, even
that. I want to see that. I don't think I want that to be a storyline in the book. I don't want to see that. I'm not interested in that, so I hope it doesn't go down.
Either.
I just want it to be like
me either.
Because it takes away from this initial mission of what she has to do.
Yeah,
I don't want to see that kind of a storyline. Oh God, please don't let it be that.
Like,
but then is Alton dead? Because sorry if no one's watched this. Is Alton dead or not? Because because if he's dead, then it don't matter if she doesn't have a uterus, because they're not going to repopulate those people. But if he's alive,
dead.
I don't think he's dead either.
I'm going to say I do not think he's dead.
Then that could still be a story plot line. Right. There's that whole little discussion where they talked about, like, very briefly, like, oh, maybe you guys can repopulate the Spearleys or whatever they're called.
Right.
I don't want that. I'm sorry. I really don't want her. I know.
Yeah, I don't want that to be.
Oh my God, when they brought that up, when no one is watching my school. Okay. Thank you.
Does that talk about
when?
Wait, why did you say that?
Yeah, does that talk about periods? And is there a badass fantasy element?
We both read this book. We should know what she's talking about. Why don't we know?
I don't remember. I remember a lot of other things, but not that. I remember the nod to, you know, human experimentation.
Yeah.
Never did to people ever.
Right.
That part when they brought in Alton and for the experimentation after they kidnapped him at the mountain. It gave me like it freaked me out. That part was what really freaked me out. Like her burning her uterus out, I was fine. And then like all the dead bodies, fine. When they were being like forcibly injected with stuff and like experimented on, right? That shit freaked me
But stuff
out.
like that did happen. So they did do that. They did.
I know.
I think the Japanese did do it to the Chinese when the prisoners of war, they would do all kinds of weird experiments on them.
See, I had no idea. I thought about like Holocaust level kind of stuff, and that freaked me out because I was just like, oh my god. But like, it's real, and we need to acknowledge it. But I was just like, the way that part like made me feel, I was like, ew. I was like, not shaking, but like I had like the
It's uncomfy. Very uncomfy.
It was very uncomfy.
Right.
And it's very.
It was like my skin was crawling.
Right.
It's very sad how common that is to humanity, that you distinguish somebody as lesser and then you do shit like that to them. Like
exactly.
That's a commonality that bonds us all. Like, how great is that? That's disgusting. Why do we do that to each other? And the rape talk.
I wanted to punch the doctor in the face.
Everybody as much as it bothered me, but like I literally had to cross my legs and take a break.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't. It wasn't. I think if it happened as part of action, I would have been wrapped up in like an action scene and all stuff. But it was literally like a retelling.
Yeah, a recount of the horrific act.
And like slicing somebody open if they didn't fit.
Yeah.
No.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God.
You need to be out of me so that I can have sex.
Yeah.
No. Sorry.
That part made me just clench. Oh my God.
Yeah. That was pretty deep.
That.
And you're right. It is different when you're reading about it as it's actually happening versus that character recounting and retelling that story to another person. It's a whole different vibe that you get when you're reading that.
Yeah. It was really a lot.
Yeah. I think it's more gut wrenching.
And I think I knew it was a trigger warning, and I knew about all the trigger warnings, and I guess I just thought it happened sooner. Like I thought it was part of like the beginning part of the book.
So I
was like, maybe I just missed it. I don't know. And just like right at the end, it's almost like it snuck up on me, and like I forgotten about it at that point. It just like took me back.
That happened to me too, because I knew from the trigger warnings that there was a rape scene, and I was like, okay, it's in here. And like I don't usually enjoy, like no one enjoys reading that, but like I don't usually like read books with that. And I was like, okay, it's in here. I know it's coming. I know it's coming. I know it's coming. And then I was like, boom. And it was just like, well, okay. She still, I knew about it and I was still surprised.
Yeah. Yeah.
About how, like, another one of those
things that happened. And then you realize that like that happened. That's probably somebody's actual account. And that was from a real live human being that happened.
Right. It's making my stomach feel a little weird right now as we're talking about it again. Because it's reading it in that way is very haunting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like knowing that this happened to a real life. Some of the really hard stuff happened to real people.
Right. It lingers. It just lingers. Yeah. Ugh.
Makes me hate people even more.
Yeah.
So we don't think that Alton's
is like. No, do not think he is dead.
All right,
no,
I'm not the only one.
No body, no proof he's not dead.
I don't know books with liking him and then hating him and then liking him again, because I did.
Yeah, I got really like when he was screaming at her at one point. He was really bothering me, but I kind of get he was just like being mean to her because it's war and people are gonna die and you need to get over it.
Right.
But like also he kind of went a little far and he's like, wasn't he like hitting her at some point too? And I was like, can you not?
He got rough. It's
like, you guys are on the same team.
Well, I mean, he's also dealing with his own crap, so.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I kept going through, like, I like him, I don't like him, I like him again, nope, hate him again. Like, I kept going back and forth with him on that.
What's the name of her other friend? Not the one that got in the
Kite.
The one that took her home over the break?
Yeah, the one that didn't end up in the
Kite. I think it's Kite.
Was that it?
PK?
Kite.
Oh, Kitai, that guy.
Kitai.
Yeah. There's like one little line somewhere where Kitai says something where he sort of questions, well, who's really, because she starts going off about how she's gonna like kill everybody and avenge everybody. And all
Right.
So nice little like vengeful moment where like who really is the monster. And I wish I flagged it because I want to see how that plays out throughout the rest of the trilogy. Does she become more monstrous as she seeks this revenge, and like do we blur those lines between good and evil?
Yeah, because she was full of all the rage.
She deserved to be full of all the rage. And what the thing is even though he was like trying to be like turn it on her, he was still my favorite character.
Oh, I loved it.
I loved him so much. Kitai, I loved him so much because he was just like consistently there for her, and even though he was just like not always agreeing with her, but he was kind of like that stable place that she had, and it made me really sad at the end when they were like fighting. I'm like, no, don't fight. I love you guys together. And when I was so like, I don't know how. I didn't know if we didn't know if he was alive after the the golden niece like thing. I was like, oh, I swear she killed him. I'm going to be so upset. Like his death, I think would have really like if he had died, that one would have hurt.
Yeah, that would have hurt me. But we have 2 more books, so
I'm gonna get hurt. We're gonna get hurt. I already know that.
So did anybody know?
It's not ready.
Did anybody figure out who the Empress like is historically speaking?
I did not.
No,
I wonder.
did not.
You know that article that I sent you guys. I wonder did they mention it
about that? Because I don't remember in the other article that I read, but I may have missed it because I was at work while I was reading it.
Does anybody in the chat know?
I don't know.
Anybody in the chat, do you know who the Empress is historically? I do not. She made me mad. I don't like that we don't know what team she's playing on.
The Empress is playing for the Empress's team, I bet you.
She is, totally. But, like, I don't like... I can't tell what team the Empress's team is on.
I didn't trust her. She's a sneaky beach.
Yeah, for sure.
Do not trust her.
She is so sneaky. And she makes me so angry.
Sorry, Turbo.
I'm like, can you just be upfront with your people? That's all I want. An honest politician. Come on. I know they don't exist.
Am I just American? Huh? Is any leader upfront with their peoples?
Really? Not that I can remember.
Probably not.
I'm thinking that being transparent is not really a thing.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I wish it was. It'd be nice.
I'll tell you now that Ren is the commander of the is it the Psyche or the Kike?
The Psyche.
Psyche.
I was saying Psyche because saying it the other way, I felt uncomfortable because it's technically racial or religious. So I was saying Psyche.
So it's the Psyche. I wouldn't feel hard to see.
I was saying Psyche.
Well, I'm concerned that she's now the commander. I just
like slightly unstable,
just a little bit, just a little bit, and I don't know.
Needs a little Lexapro and like some counseling.
Yeah, I don't know how level-headed she's going to be, or if she's ever going to. Like, I'm concerned.
I don't know if they have that. I just don't want her near the drugs, and I want her to have like a week off, which I don't think she'll get because who gets a week off in a war. But I'm a little nervous. I'm really nervous because I'm also nervous for like her little group, like for the Psyche with like
little friend group
names. Now it was Ramza.
Yeah.
Someone remind me of it. Ramza was cute. He was cute. I liked him. He was fun. I could not tell how old he was though. I kept picturing a child.
Yeah. I did.
How do you feel about the casual drug use by our little shamans?
I liked him. What's his name? Jung?
Yeah.
I really liked him.
Jung.
You mean the gatekeeper?
Our
little gatekeeper?
He was weird. He kind of made me think of like, this might be a horrible comparison, but like Master Oogway. If you guys have seen like Kung Fu Panda.
I have not thought about Kung Fu Panda
in Panda. He's
1,000 years.
Hang on, Aaliyah is. I miss you, Aaliyah.
It's just this.
I did not want a romance. I was glad that did not happen.
No one in this book is stable. No one in this chat is stable. That's okay. Well, Naomi, you're pretty stable.
See, I just
someone has to ground us. Did her friend live?
I wanted a romance.
You did?
I did because I'm a
Why?
sucker for a
Voting for Name of
cute
the
little
Wind.
moment in the midst
I
of a
haven't read
war.
that yet.
He reminds me of Eladin from Name of the Wind. Ooh, I need to read that.
You
No,
wanted
I
a
did. I
romance
don't think I
between
wanted
Ren
him.
and
I wanted.
Alton?
Wait, who did you want Rin to have a romance with?
I didn't want
Alton?
between.
Or that other kid, the Nahiri kid or whatever, the one that died?
Okay,
Didn't
so here's the
one of
thing.
them
I
die
had
in a band?
several different
Being on my
romance
side.
lines. Okay, I understand. It's a controversial opinion.
Who did
But
you
I
want her
had
to have a
several
romance
tracks in
with?
my mind. I was like, I don't want her to be with Alton because then the whole thing will be about the.
I don't remember
Okay.
anyone.
I had theories because I was like, I don't want to be with Alton. It was Kitai, or was it Nezra or Nezha?
Oh,
There's
that's the
no
one that
N.
said,
It was one of those two because I was
that
like,
has
it could be
to
enemies to lovers, or it could be best friends to lovers, and either of them I would really enjoy because then. But then I was like, but I also like him just being like her guy best friend. But then was it Nezha or Nezra? Was there an R? I can't remember.
I think that's Nezra, isn't it?
The
Nezra.
one that was a butthole at first? You mean Alton?
Yeah. No.
Alton was the no.
Nezra, there's no R.
Was. What the heck was his name?
So it's
She got
Nezha.
right?
H.
The one where they battled first?
Nezha?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they came together at the
Because
end to
she
fight
said, "Come
together. I
around,"
did
and
like
I
to
was
come together to
Yeah, but
fight.
isn't he dead?
Yes.
Didn't he die in like a chemical, like
No,
mustard
he's a
gas?
prisoner of war, I think. He got
I thought he got
taken
killed.
down by the gas, but I think they took him. I think they just have him. I don't know if he's dead.
I want no
I don't
romance.
want a romance,
I want
but
there to
Ren and
be-
Kita. Exactly.
Yes, Naomi, that guy.
I do.
Yeah.
I like the friendship that Ren and Kita had. So I was like, no, I don't want that. I just wanted a romance somewhere, and I was like, surprise me. I could pretty much be okay either way they go. I didn't really want it to be with Alton though,
Right.
because he was an asshole, and I didn't want the whole repopulate the Spearleys because no one knows. I don't know if anybody knows she
What if she's
yapped her
asexual?
uterus. Like, I don't know, who knows.
What if
She
she's
can be.
asexual?
I'm not saying she can't be. I'm just a person who tries to find romance in every book I read. So
that's
where my mind went.
So then, Emma,
I just
when we're
always
done,
am like, where's the romance?
when we're done,
Impression
name
that it wasn't.
Bridgertons and just cry like I did from 3 o'clock to 10 o'clock today.
My former roommate, my friend Lexi, texted me last night, and she's like, have you seen this? And she sent me the Bridgerton thing, and she's like, it's also a book series. And I was like, okay, so I'll do that.
Oh, it
That'll be my I've also been in a very romancy mood.
Go read it.
I
They
knew he was
changed
crazy
the story
from the
up
jump.
a little bit.
See?
Emma is adorable. She's our heart of gold. You
Thank
and Emma.
Princess. I just
But
part
like,
of me, I wouldn't like.
just
I
because
don't
Alton's
not
crazy
like
doesn't
that.
mean
There's
it's
not a
awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait.
It's not the fact that I had like issues that there wasn't a romance.
You just wanted one.
I wouldn't have minded if there was one. I would have been happy if there was a romance. I wouldn't have been upset, but I am fine if there isn't.
I'm glad there
I wouldn't
isn't
mind
one
one, though.
because once there is one, then that brings us back to the uterus question, and then that brings up that plot line.
I mean, look, it just
Why
changes
does
the
it have to
dynamic
bring
of
us
the
up to the
story.
uterus question?
It just makes it a potential plot line, and none of us want that. If she doesn't have a romance and she doesn't have a uterus, then we don't ever have to have a conversation about regretting her uterus removal. But if she doesn't have a uterus and she has a romance,
But she doesn't have to regret it.
She doesn't have to, but she has the potential.
But maybe she doesn't want kids.
Well, we don't know what she wrote.
So true. Oh, I can't wait to start book 2, guys. I'm so serious. There's so much on the line here. Will she regret having her womb removed? Will she be like a maniacal leader? We don't know. So many things. Never dead.
She can honestly, if she
No, she doesn't need to have a child. I'm just saying that romance will open a door for that potential plot line. Like, there's a fork. It's like romance. You just have lots of romance.
I just want to acknowledge that Aaliyah is saying that she wanted a romance.
Oh.
I just want to acknowledge that Aaliyah wants a romance and Aaliyah hates romance, and I appreciate that. But my whole thing is like, if the question of children does come up, if there is a romance, just say what I say. Go pick one up from the store.
There isn't a baby store.
And grab it.
There isn't a baby store.
You go pick one up.
I like the puppy boy because it is so dark, and romance makes it not as dark as I want it to be.
Unless you kill somebody and then they end up alone anyway, and then it's extra dark, and I like that.
Okay, or that. Okay, but if I have my druthers, just give me all the darkness and just keep giving me darkness, and I don't need the romance.
We're just killing people, doing drugs,
right?
Like, doing crazy stuff. I love it.
Fantastic.
Yes, I like.
Yes, said she was here for the action. Absolutely,
I like the action.
I did like the action, and what I noticed was I was reading really fast, and I was taking it in big chunks. First, when she was at the school the bus because it was good when she was in her. I liked the school setting a lot. I really did. And then I liked the little break where she got.
Finish, Emma. Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
No, you go.
No, you go.
Emmy will go.
Did you hear me? I'm just gonna put on my sweatshirt because now I'm cold. So that happened.
No, I like I think you got three kind of different books though. You got like the school fantasy thing, you got the war fantasy thing, and you got like sort of this dystopian fantasy thing in each part of the book, which was kind of like, what do you like?
Oh, one thing I was not a fan of is how they kind of sped through the school experience. Like they were in detail. I wanted, but because they did in depth her first year, and then they're like, all of a sudden it's their second year, it's their third year, and then they're like, oh, war, and I was just kind of like, can we slow down a little bit and be a little more, instead of just carrying the pig up the mountain, which I really hope that was a Holes reference. Have either of you read Holes?
I haven't.
Okay. So basically Holes is like, it was a book, I think it was written in the 2000s, and it was a movie, and it's this guy whose like great grandfather got a curse put on him, and the kid got sent to like juvie camp where they dig holes in the desert.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It's like it is fun. And there's a point where in the curse, his great grandfather had to carry a pig to a stream to drink out of that specific water and bring it back to this woman named Madame Zeroni. And Madame Zeroni would she was like trying to help him marry this like pretty girl. It's a whole thing. I'm explaining it horribly. But when I read when they were having Rin carry the pig up the mountain, I was like, oh my God. And I was like, I hope. And since R.F. Kuang is like, what, 21, 22? I was like, oh, she is in the right range.
Wow.
Read Holes. There's a sequel to Holes? Wow. I only had to read the first one.
I'm going to have to look this up on Goodreads.
And so I was like, I'm like, she's the right age. This better be a Holes reference. I hope it's a Holes reference. Oh my God, I love it. And I was just like, I literally, like, I had a little geek moment.
I did. Definitely.
I wonder if sorry, I don't know if you read that, Emma. I wonder if she rushed over the school part because her focus or her aim was more to highlight the historical aspects by writing like a historical fantasy, and that was more set up. But yeah.
Oh, Aaliyah says it was too much action.
Yeah,
really? Like action. She's 24, so right age range. Okay.
Yeah, she's a youngin'. I was not so accomplished at 24.
I just didn't know.
But I like action.
79% of the book was action.
But
That's why I wonder. I said it has a lot of action in it. It's a lot.
But
So
90% of it's action.
yeah,
she liked it. Don't talk her out of it, okay?
I'm
it
not
was
gonna
good.
talk her out of it. It's just, I just find it interesting.
Yeah, I think I gave it like 4 stars too. It wasn't perfect.
I gave it 4 stars. Just because I usually when I have like a 5-star book, I feel it.
I believe that
And like I like this.
you are intense, Frances. Your whole like Marvel comic obsession, DC, you are more intense than you give yourself credit.
For sure, I agree.
You really want to just blow stuff up.
Well, I like the world building and the storyline behind the action. Yeah.
Yeah, it was well done.
I'm interested to see. I don't know the side. I just want to see where it goes in the Dragon Republic because they started the war. Now they know the Empress is all funky. We don't know where she's at. Like I just wonder what they're gonna do from here now.
I know. All I know is people love the book. They said it was fantastic and that it's even better, and I'm really excited.
Well, it'd be nice for it to not have second book syndrome because that I hate that.
Right. I don't think it does because who do I watch? I watched Peru's Project on YouTube, and she like binged the whole series this year, and
5 stars.
And she said she loved them all, and usually she and I have similar tastes in books, and if not similar tastes, like she just is really good at like critically reading.
Yeah.
Which I am not. And so she said it was really good. So I have a feeling it'll be really good.
Yeah. My only problem with her is that she really likes Naomi Novik, and I'm like, no.
Oh, you'll love it. I was rearranging books, and one of my Naomi Novik books got damaged in the reshuffle.
Excellent. You don't need it.
I'm not trying her. Too many people have said her writing is very slow and boring, and I'm not about that life. I feel like I'm going to be okay in my world if I don't ever read her.
I just feel very hesitant after all the discourse on A Deadly Education. I know I haven't heard anything like that with her other 2 books, but like I'm not like ready to be like on Instagram saying, "Look who I'm reading." I don't want to do that because I don't know if she's a okay person or not.
Oh right, that whole yeah.
The whole shenaniganery with that.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, our Kwong has had no problematic things come up.
Thank God.
That would tear my heart out. So, so far we're doing good. We're doing good. What did y'all think about the Phoenix?
Oh yeah, Phoenix.
Besides having Fall Out Boy like play in my head constantly, because they have like a song or an album called The Phoenix, something like that.
It just makes me think.
I just remembered it from my middle school days.
Yeah.
Really? I'm happy I did not have that association. But it was just, I found it interesting about how like it was the only god that was really kind of like super delved into, and it had its own little island of people, but everything else was like all the gods. I want more explication on the pantheon, and I know it's different everywhere, but I would
too.
Oh my goodness, I hope so, because I would just like more.
Yeah,
so I can understand.
Well, given how much she was actually getting put into, I mean, this book, it's not that long, so it's we hopefully are going to get more.
Yeah, it really isn't. It's just under what 520, 30 pages.
This is my favorite. Oh, the dead bird thing.
Death bird thing. Yeah.
Aaliyah, I love you so much. Yes, the death bird thing. That fiery death bird thing.
I haven't read Rage of Dragons, Francis, but I want to. I heard that series is really good.
I have it. We can buddy read it. Also, isn't it written by like a Black author?
Yeah, I watched one of his interviews with some YouTuber. It was really, really good because he kind of talked about, his whole inspiration for the book. I was like, oh, I got to get that at one point.
We can make it a pick.
We could. Wait, the pick for what? What month?
I don't know, a month. I don't care.
I mean, we sure it's a series though.
I know.
But I mean, I
No,
heard
I think it's 2 now.
No, 2 are out, I think. Francis, do you know? Are they on book 2?
Francis, lend us
I
your
believe.
wisdom.
I believe I can fly.
Yeah.
She's ignoring us. She's probably playing with that adorable niece of hers.
Maybe.
The baby, he's so cute.
Ooh,
Well,
April
just
might
keep
as
it in
well keep
mind.
real.
You can read Reach of Dragons at some point. Yeah, there's only 2 out.
Okay. I feel like Stephanie and Leo would hate it.
Oh,
Okay.
too much action. Is that why? Too much all the action? Probably.
She says it starts in the middle of the action, so probably. But I also I don't know if everyone's gonna like Name of the Wind. Like, I don't know. It's a little slow, but I like it because it's it just feels like you're listening to a minstrel's ballad. I don't know. There's something about it that reminds me of the Ren Fair and makes me really happy.
I bought that book, the pretty one, and I'm not going to read it until he comes out with a 3rd freaking book.
So never. You're never.
We might be dead.
Well, it looks pretty on my shelf though, so I'm okay with that.
Also, I got this book yesterday as part of a Christmas gift.
I had that.
I don't have that, and I thought that book already came out.
It did. I ordered it, and I still haven't read it. But I'm going to make it my last book of this month. I'm going to start it tomorrow.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Wait a minute, I'm not doing that.
I thought, okay. I was like, maybe we could do it. This is a pig too. No, it's okay. You read it. You read and you let us know.
You guys join me.
Yeah, the chat on this side lags a little from the YouTube chat, so it takes us a second to go over here. So.
Oh, okay.
If you ever actually came on your own stupid live show, you might know that.
Yeah, Aaliyah is the 4th member of TBR Lowdown, and she is
from her sick bed.
Not awfully sick. And we miss her. Although we're teasing her about not being here, we miss her, but she is sick.
She is sick. N.K. Jemisin also writes incredibly, just intricately detailed fantasy worlds.
I need to have like an N.K. Jemisin month.
She makes me feel dumb, but I want to read all of her books next year.
I want to read it too, Leah. I need to have like
the Burrows Come Alive.
Yes. So I don't know if you guys read her short story collection called How Long Till Black Future Month. There's a short story in there that's like the beginning of what starts the city we became.
Mm-hmm.
I read that book earlier this year, and I don't read a lot of short stories, but that book was really good. So
I've only read one short story collection. It made me really disappointed. So
I just don't like short story. Okay, I say that as I'm listening to a short story collection, but it's Cassandra Clare, so that's the only reason I'm listening to it. But I really they're usually just not my vibe. I want to read the 5th season too. I just want to have an N.K. Jemisin month, but that also, after Naomi saying she makes you feel dumb, I might need to take breaks in between her books then, because I feel dumb often. I kind of felt dumb reading the Poppy War.
Well, I read the Broken Earth trilogy, but I want and need to read it again. Perhaps TBR Lowdown can tackle that at some point in 2021.
It's definitely a more complex world building and timelines. If you don't like multiple timelines that eventually converge in some weird way, it's gonna.
I read Cassandra Clare. Give me all the timelines. Give me all the different storylines.
It's really good, but it is extremely complex, and I feel like I rushed through it. So I want and need to read the entire trilogy again this coming year, and then I want to read the rest of her stuff in her catalog.
Yeah, because she has the Inheritance trilogy.
Mm-hmm. And then there's another one, Dream Blood or something like that.
I don't know that one.
Just know I'm going to read all of her things.
All the things.
Yeah.
I have to finish the 5th season, that whole trilogy. We read the first one, Francis and I, and some people, but I never followed up with the next one. I think my brain hurt from the first one, and then I never picked up the next one.
It's intimidating a little bit. It's a lot. Yeah. But I do want to read it.
I haven't read it yet. Because I'm nervy because I want to be intellectual enough.
You are intellectual enough.
Look, I think it'd be fun to read it together.
I think that could be like a bonus book, or we could do it as a book. And she is a Black author, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
She is.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
We can finish it, Francis. Next year, we will finish it, the series.
Yeah.
Aaliyah would like to know if we can announce our January pick.
Yeah. I mean, are we done discussing the book? I don't have any more to say about it.
We don't really have much until we see what happens next. And also, you're super smart, Emma.
Oh, thanks, Francis.
So just again, we will be continuing with the series. We'll be starting the Dragon Republic in January. That'll be our bonus book for January. So
bonus.
on Instagram, if you want to be added to our private IG chat for that. We had a good time reading the Poppy War together. So just let us know if you want to be included in the chat for book 2.
Dragon Republic.
And then our actual January pick is
Hit it, Alyssa.
Felix Ever After.
Felix Ever After.
Now I know some people announce it.
Felix Ever After. That is the January.
Excited.
I am too.
There is a private chat for the Poppy War. We'll make a private chat, and the Poppy War is just for the whole series, and we will make a private chat for the actual January book, Felix Ever After. And I need to get my hands on a copy of it.
Me too.
I think it's a free read for some people, maybe not in the chat, but there's definitely a reread for, I think, some people that are in TBR Lowdown in general. So
I remember the only person I remember is Sophie read it a while back, and she really loved it.
I know Lacey read it.
A really cool picture of it in front of like a wheat field.
Oh, that's right. I remember that now. Now you say it.
I
haven't heard anything bad about this book. A lot of people seem to like it.
I would like to see how I feel about it compared to Black Flamingo, because I absolutely love Black Flamingo, and I don't think they're the same, but I think they're both about trans, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But like one's younger than the other, I think, and like one's in verse and one's not, right? I know that Black Flamingo's in verse.
I heard something comparing Felix Ever After to like Simon's versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, because it's like set in a high school. I think there's black male.
Younger, right?
I could be completely wrong. Yeah. Someone gotta look up the synopsis. We're doing well.
I don't know what that means.
Me either.
All right, so that's it.
What mean?
I'm excited for January.
Me too. We got 2 good books for January.
Hopefully a good month.
It should be a good month. Hopefully we like Felix Ever After. I'm just worried because I don't remember. Yes, we've heard really good things, and I'm excited because I haven't had an excuse to buy it yet.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I didn't when it came out, but I don't know. I think I just love Black Flamingo so much that I was like, that filled that need.
You know what I should do?
I will say. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Emma.
I should see him. I'm
checking
to see if Melody has it.
Yeah, I will say that Black Flamingo, I haven't read it, but that seems to be a book that just hooks people. Like it just grabs their heart and they love it forever. People love Black Flamingo.
The audio is really good. I think the author narrates it kind of like how our goddess, what's her name, does all the time. Why am I having a blank on our Elizabeth Acevedo?
Oh, yes.
Thank you, Amanda.
Update. Neither my
okay.
I was trying to remember if Black Flamingo was just drag or if we went full into like trans, but it doesn't matter. They're both amazing. Well, we know that Black Flamingo is amazing. I'm assuming Felix Ever After. Yes, everyone loves Black Flamingo. You do need to get Black Flamingo. It's so good.
Guys, you can see if our hooplas are the same or different because my hoopla does not have Felix Ever After.
Ooh, check your hoopla right now. Everybody check their hoopla.
Everybody check their hoopla and their libbies and their script.
My Libby does not have it, and I did not have script.
Nope, sorry, we could not find it on Hoopla. Hemi again. This dog is just like the life is so hard.
Oh my
for
god, that
him.
was Hemi.
That's Hemi. He just makes these noises like
big
so
baby.
hard.
Phyllis Ever After is on script, so that's good. Speaking of Phyllis Ever After, that author, Case and Calendar, I feel like I want to read their stuff. I do hear good things about their books in general. Okay, now I'm checking Hoopla.
I have on Libby. I have the ebook.
Okay.
But only at one library, not at the other.
Okay, my Hoopla does not have Phyllis Ever After. Let me check Libby.
So
with my 4 cards on here.
But we do have it on script, so I'll save it on script. Then I can just listen.
Figure it out.
But Felix Ever After isn't in verse, right?
Oh, I have it. Okay. Oh, 10-week hold? Ma'am, I don't think so.
I don't wait 10 weeks.
That's the one thing I don't like about living. Everything's always on a hold.
Borrow that. Yay! Okay.
Okay, we don't all have. I wonder how long this hold is for.
Oh, mine is for 14 days. Let me check my other 2 libraries and see.
For the ebook, it's only 2 weeks.
Libby is always only 2 weeks.
This is weird.
2 + 3.
So one library I have borrowed it for 14 days. This library is giving it to me for 21 days. Thank you. I'll take that as well.
Okay.
And the 4th library, also available for 14 days. Okay, I'm covered.
Okay, so I need to move to Virginia because my Ferndale library is not helping me.
Well, I have 2 library cards from Virginia, 2 different counties, one for DC and one for Maryland. I encourage everyone to get all of the library cards. If your libraries have reciprocal agreements, get all the library cards. Because it costs you nothing.
Yeah, we need to read these Cason's books.
See, Amanda agrees. All of Cason's books are amazing. That's what I've heard.
No, that's literally, what I've heard. My Hoopla has King and the Dragonflies. This is kind of an epic love story, and then Hurricane Child. So it has 3 of their other books. Oh, it went away.
Not Felix Ever After.
Sometimes they don't.
Felix Ever After. It's a scam.
I stuck my tongue out at you.
It's popular too.
Oh, Francis wants to take a screenshot.
Francis wants to take a screenshot?
Yeah, she wants us to smile.
We're smiling. Did you take it?
Did you take it? Not verse, just
portable. Okay.
Well, that works for Slim Pickens January.
Oh yes, that's so true. That's so true. So I guess I'm gonna put my order in for the book today.
Yeah, I'm trying not to buy too many books.
I get paid
since I just
Friday.
Fixed the innards of my house.
Right. You just redid everything.
Oh. So yeah. Anyway, I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
I mean, it's okay that it's not in verse, but
Amanda doesn't have to
Black But all right.
Francis, share that screenshot with us. We want to post it on our individual thingies. Put it in our chat.
Thingies.
Thanks, friend. All right. Well, I think
we're gonna get all 4 of us on here. We get all 4 of our faces.
I know.
We'll do it.
Wait, we'll get there. Wait, is this our 3rd or second? Wait, this is our 3rd live chat, right?
This is our 3rd. I missed the first. No, I missed I missed the Mexican Gothic one, but I've been here for Plain Bad Heroines and this one.
Leah was here for the first one with her Chick-fil-A, and
right. So we still have not had one where it's all 4 of us.
No.
Okay.
But I would like some Chick-fil-A or anything, anything.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Do you have any fast food by you?
Yes, I'm waiting for the furnace guy, so I can't really go anywhere. I was going to go to the grocery store after this, but I'm still waiting for the furnace guy to come.
You know, you can order the tacos from the place you always order the tacos from.
Or more Domino's.
But the tacos is really expensive. I'll probably just order Domino's. I mean, Domino's. Chicken pizza is my jam. So
I love Domino's, but my mother hates it, so we never did it.
I'm sorry, this is very random. So I'm on the Books A Million website because I just wanted to see how much Felix Ever After was on that website versus Amazon. And I'm looking at the so they give you all the formats, and one is the audio CD unabridged. It is $59.99. Do people do that? Do people buy audio CDs for books?
No. I have audio CDs.
Obviously, they must if it's an option, but I don't know anybody who buys it. They're not in store. I know they're not in store probably, or at least not in mine, but they do have that option.
It's just very weird. Okay.
It is weird.
Like I said, it was very random.
Yeah. It's very expensive. They're expensive. What I can't imagine is that you can't speed up the CD, so I would die.
Oh my gosh. It's like 1,000 hours to listen to like a 250-page book.
I would die because they go so slow.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember listening to The Beautiful, and there was a part in The Beautiful where like the bad guy's talking and he slows down, but the narrator slows down so much that like even at like, I think I had it on Scribd, so like even at like 2 times speed, it wasn't fast enough.
Wow.
He had slowed down so much, and it was so like the cadence was so different between that narrator and the other. I was like, I'm gonna die. I had to just get rid of the audio. It was so bad.
Yeah, I don't do well with the slow talking, but I'm a fast talker myself, so I like to hear fast talking in the good old earbud.
Yeah,
I can do. See, because I was up to 2.5, but I would listen probably around 2 point speed now, just so I can hear everything, especially since I'm working, and sometimes like when I'm going back and forth, my brain will miss stuff, so I have to have it like go like 2 point is probably like my fastest reading speed when I'm working. Otherwise, if I'm just focusing on the book, I could probably speed it up a bit more.
Right.
It's definitely different depending on what I'm doing.
Yeah, true too.
Yeah. So.
True.
Oh, we do look cute.
I can't even look at it.
No, we look cute. We look adorable.
I feel like I blend in with my dresser behind me, so I don't know about that.
I love it.
I'm glad I don't blend in with the sofa. I feel like I would have seen too much sun and fake tan or something if I looked like this color.
No. With the light coming in, I'm pretty
not
damn
be
close
natural for me. Not for me. Like this would be forced. Remember Tan Mom? That's what this would be like on me. Do you remember Tan Mom? You guys would be like, what happened to Alyssa?
Oh my god.
She done lost her mind.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Oh, okay.
I need to find food and get heat and finish watching the Bridgertons.
I was going to start that.
Don't cry until about episode 5, or I didn't cry until about episode 5.
Okay, so just tears halfway through.
I thought it was smutty in the romance.
It is smutty, but there's drama. It's dramatic. So they go through stuff, and they also.
I didn't know it was a book series.
I didn't know it make you cry.
I mean, everything makes me cry, but it made me cry.
I didn't know it was a book series.
It is a book series. They follow each of the siblings as they like.
They're like the mass.
Okay. Well, I binge watched River last week, and I didn't know those were books. And I went on the Goodreads to read about the books, and man, they have awful reviews. But the show is fantastic.
The Bridgerton books they're like a pretty classic romance. Like they're pretty like bogs. They're pretty standard.
Yeah.
Like, people like them. It's Julia Quinn, right? So she's pretty. It's like
I don't know who that is.
It's like getting like a Nora Roberts. Like
okay.
You know what I mean? Like they're tried and true.
Right.
This is or like wheelhouse.
It's like Tessa Dare.
Yeah. They stood the test of time. And they spin it and they change it, and they've brought in like obviously they have like a multiracial cast, which is not a normal
right
portrayal of Regency England.
Like
and it's not, and they talk a bit about, they make some changes to the historical context so that that makes sense, and they use it to make like social commentary. They've started to bring in a little bit of homosexuality and stuff like that.
Okay.
They're trying to not just have it be dated, I guess.
White people in a room.
Right. I see. Yeah.
I mean, I guess there's probably critiques out there because it's probably not perfectly done, but like, kudos to you for jazzing up what would have been a really kind of out of date.
I'm going to check it out tonight. That's for sure.
Yeah. Let me know if you cry.
I will.
I cry.
I will. Indeed, I will.
Yeah. Anyway, right. And men in knee breeches is just, give me all the sexy men in knee breeches.
Knee breeches.
Shut up. Come on. Anyway, all right. That's it. We go.
All right, guys. This was fun. Thanks, everyone, for joining in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you want to be in the January, I think we're going to announce it right on our actual Instagram page.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So just let us know in the comments if you want to be in the chat group, and we can add you to that chat group.
Sounds good.
Oh, what? TBR Lowdown, what?
I said include your handle.
Oh, yeah, that. All right, bye.